are going to go ahead and do a little bit of a look back at the last year just to see what's happened in 2024 and what we can expect for 2025. It may be a little bit more of the same, but we've had such drastic changes in the industry over the last 5 years. It really has been a whirlwind. Let's start off with interest rates. So this week you may have heard that the Fed reduced the federal lending rate once again. You've heard that they've reduced that rate a couple of times over the last year. But right now we're getting to that, probably the happy medium that we need. The Fed rate has been at a point, right now the rate is the same as it was in 2022. So currently our mortgage interest rates are around 6.5%. And so that seems a little bit high because back during the pandemic and when things were going absolutely crazy in the marketplace, our rates were at 3% and 4%. So now at 6.5%, you think, oh, that's high. It's really not high. Historically, the average mortgage interest rate for a standard 30-year fixed is around 7%. So we're still below the average over the last 20 or 30 years. So that's good news. In 2025, the mortgage interest rates to be between 5 and 6%. So that's, as you are planning, if you are planning to buy a home in the new year, you want to think about, when you're doing the numbers, and I truly advise you to go ahead and look at a budget and see what it looks like. Talk to a lender, talk to a buyer's agent, talk to a real estate agent about what your hopes and dreams are. And then let's get realistic and look at the finances to see what's realistic when it comes to the finances. And planning for, and I always plan a little bit higher. I like to plan in the worst case scenario. So right now, the mortgage interest rate is around 6.5%. If you want to go ahead and do your budget, home buying budget based on 6.5%, you can figure out how much of a home you can buy. You can talk to a lender. You can look at your credit score. That 6.5% or 6% or 5%, whatever the percentage is, it's going to change. It's going to fluctuate based on the state that you live in, the state that you're buying the home in, and your personal credit score. So knowing your personal credit score is going to help an awful lot. But if you have not truly looked at your credit to see what number you have, and there are 3 credit bureaus, and usually your mortgage rate depends on like a mixture of those credit bureaus. So if you get your number at one credit bureau, don't ask me why, because frankly, I don't know that anybody knows why one credit bureau may have you at a 700 and another one may have you at a 750. A good number, though, is over 700 for a credit score. You need to be in that 730 and higher range to get the better interest rate, the better mortgage interest rate. Again, it's talking to experts. And for me, it's really, really important to talk to local experts. I'm your local residential realtor and broker at Remax Time. I have been in the business for 20 years selling real estate in the Cincinnati market. You want to talk to a lender who has been in the business in Cincinnati for a long time. They may have switched brokerages, and that happens, but you want to talk to that person and figure out how that experience can help you buy a home. Affordability. You hear that word a lot. What you buy is a good investment. And finding affordable housing is a challenge. I am not going to lie to you. If we look at the other side of it, we talk about finances, but we also have to talk about availability. How many homes are available that you can actually afford? And so there's always going to be those higher priced homes. Builders will always build higher priced homes. So, you want to think about, okay, what can I afford? And you don't want to get yourself into a situation where you're buying more than you can truly afford. There are stopgaps and there are a lot of rules and regulations in the lending business that will stop you, at least put a little bit of a lid on what you can afford based on your income, your debt. Owning a home, there's a lot more on that spreadsheet that you need to consider rather than renting. And I always find it extremely helpful. My best advice to you would be to talk to an experienced agent, talk to an experienced lender. And here's the thing. If you talk to one lender and you're like, that person was not very nice, they weren't patient with me, they didn't answer my questions, guess what? Let's find you a different lender. Not everybody's going to be perfect, but I'm hoping that you will respect the fact that I've been doing this for a long time. Do I know everything? No, absolutely not. I will never admit that I know everything. But I will tell you that I've done my homework when I walk into your home to tell you what your home is worth in today's market. And then we collaborate. We are going to work together to figure out what a good price for your home is. And then there will be some extra layers who are different people. The appraiser, the lender, the buyers are also going to be weighing in on that valuation on your home. So that's something for you to think about as well.